Now then, people who are homeless die 30 years before those with a roof over their heads. New research by the charity Crisis is suggesting that men who sleep rough live on average to an age of 47 and women to the age of just 43. Now compare that to the national average age of death, which is 77. And drugs and alcohol are believed to be responsible for more than 1/3 of all deaths on the street, with people living rough 9 times more likely to commit suicide, and homeless people are also 3 times more likely to die in a traffic accident or by falling over. Sky's Rhiannon Mills reports.
Have a Merry Christmas, ladies.
At 25, Matt says he has no choice but to live on the streets. A family breakup has already forced him to sleep rough in Birmingham, Liverpool, Manchester and now London. A few streets away, we also found Jonathan, left begging after losing his council house. Both know that life on the streets can ultimately be a killer.
Everything from fights to stabbings to drug use to solvent abuse to murders to overdosing, suicides. There's literally no limit.
They say that it's one of the least painful ways to die is to die of the cold, because you don't really feel it, you just sort of go numb. So it doesn't bother me either too much.
Their stories back up the latest research from charity Crisis, hoping it's going to be a wake-up call at this, their busiest time of year.
Living on the street is not only cold, uncomfortable, it's dangerous, and it clearly is a danger to health. If you wanted to compare that group with something else, you'd end up comparing it, for example, to somewhere like Mali. It's the same kind of population and the age of death of a country that's hugely underdeveloped.
The Streetlights project is just one of those that offers support and all-important food. The dozens of meals that they hand out here every single week are, of course, vital for those who are sleeping rough but still trying to stay fit and healthy. They do their best here to get people off the streets, but they know that living on the streets will forever continue to have an impact on many people's lives. 2 years ago, drink and drug problems left Julian Daly homeless. He believes that it's emotional scars that are often hardest to heal. He's now training to be a counsellor.
The gentleman I spoke to today, he was doing drink, who wants to get off it, but everybody else has refused to help. And I spoke to him about that, and he's giving some hope, and that's a good thing to do. Giving someone an idea that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Excuse me, mate, do you want a sandwich?
Yeah, I'd love one.
Like a cup of tea?
I'd love a cup of tea.
Tea or coffee?
Of course, there is always goodwill, but charities like Crisis want a change at the top. Laws to force local authorities to offer emergency housing and better medical services. Maybe then a short-term problem won't leave people like Matt facing a long-term nightmare.
Have a Merry Christmas, folks.
Rhiannon Mills, Sky News in central London.
Just to let you know, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will be meeting homeless people at Centre Point in London later. Prince William is a patron of the charity and, of course, experienced sleeping rough with them back in 2009. Controversial planning.